Hey everyone. We're live, we're back, it's been a minute. But we got Title Tuesday starting quite shortly. And I'll play some practice games. We got our new extension here for Title Tuesday. That's exciting. It reads my time aloud to me once it gets quite low. Let's get the chat set up and everything. Alright, let's play some practice games here. Am I cut off a little bit? Let me fix this. There we go. Hey. Let's just play a 3-0 game. Let's play a 3-2 game. Seeing games outside the tournament. Okay, but the tournament hasn't started yet. What's up, Het? Ivan, how y'all doing? It is a boiling hot day again here in fabulous New York City. Got, just checking, 94 degrees here, plus flood watch and other warnings and rain. I don't even know how that combination is possible. People in Texas have it worse right now. But I'm staying inside. It's a good thing we got chess. Broken ankle. Weather from hell. All right here on my computer. Alright, we couldn't get a 3-2 game. Let's get a 3-0 game. Hopefully I get to play Eric Rosen. Yeah, good call. Hopefully. Alright, I don't... Because we've got it on focus mode, I actually have no idea the strength of my opponent, who is Kenya, with a Belgian flag? No, that's not right. Romania? Oh, that is Romania. This is actually a bad move because of G5, right? Not that I really remember. Maybe it'll go B3? Should be 2? I don't know how else to get it out, because I couldn't get it out this way. I think they wanted G5, and now I deterred them. Okay, so they played G6. This seems actually quite fun. I'm not going to do it, though. This seems most logical to me. Let's get that swap of what seemed to be an important bishop. So you got all these light square pawns. Now you play this move. So we could play for c3 and d4. We could play for like a little knight hop around to d5. I like, yeah, maybe c3 and d4. So let's go here before b5 comes. Then we can put our bishop there. Let's go here. Well, this is interesting. H5, castles f4. So, that means c3, d4 is also interesting. Yeah, let's stick with c3, d4. I like knight g5, f4. We'll have a look at it later. Alright, I quite like my position here. I mean, I think this is a little tricky for black. So take some space. It's not so bad. I mean, they clearly knew the opening quite well. They got to decide what they're doing here. They've got a handful of options. D6. So we can put pressure here. More. Well, if I trade queens and play knight d3... No, actually, I'm not a big fan. So bishop g4 is coming. Let's just take that away. I don't know, while I think about a lot of options. Bishop g4 is definitely coming with pressure on this important spot. And so you can tell that was their next move, because now they're thinking. Right, so they want f6 if need be. I'll just make a move here, because it's 3-0. Knight is a little weird, but these are useful squares. I just need to time that all properly. Let's go a4, because b5 was relevant anyway, and now a2 is hit. Yeah, my knight should be on c4, certainly now more than ever. So, I don't know, let's just make that happen. Simple bishop e2 and ac4. Let's keep our plan simple here. Honestly, knight g5, actually attacking f7. My bishop was probably doing something quite useful. Not so obvious what you do there. f6 is some... Well, d4 was hanging if I did that. Okay, b5 probably a good choice because it's defended and I wanted knight c4. So, that's sensible. yeah, let's go rook a1. So, okay, they have to trade this. They have to trade this, but now b5 is hanging. I understand d4 is hanging, but b5 is hanging too. And I wanted this file. This is hit. Let's bring this. Well, then there's d5, right? I mean, I think d5 is coming kind of regardless. Maybe I made it better. Because I wanted to just, like, win this pawn. I mean, they were attacking here. Oh, okay, they're playing this more ambitiously than I thought. d6 is hanging. Can I... Let's just go here. Because b3 was hanging. If I did that, I didn't want to trade this. I kind of wanted to just win this without trading it. So we want rook d1. My knight... Okay, they take that, which was hitting d6. Now they pin me. That's annoying. I need... to rook a2, knight b4. This is annoying. This is certainly annoying. I need some knight b3 resource to protect my rook and free my bishop. And we gotta move fast. Rook a2, yeah, there was knight b4. Okay, now there's not. We can go here and be okay. f4 as well, though I might be just asking for trouble. They don't have to trade, and they don't. Okay. Oh, knight c5 I just made even better. I have to defend this now. They can probably take and win this. They don't want to. It's hard to find a move. Somehow. What in the world? Okay, I guess that was a trade, but what? Somehow I don't like my position. It's annoying. Stop that. Oh. Wow, I got cooked here, man. Wow, this person was... What? They were sub 25? Damn. Okay, not a great start. Alright, well, it's 3:58. So, let's hope we got all the bad play out of our system there. As we get ready for Tail Tuesday. Also, was it talking to me? My time? Oh yeah, it was beeping. It just never got that low. Okay. What's the color of my Bugatti? Great question. Which one? I have all different colored Bugattis. Let's turn on the fan. Just keep it on low. It's fine. The other 2/3 of the screen, that's what it'll look like. Is that alright? We can shift this over. Is that okay? Thank you, thank you. Oh, we just got our first game, Tail Tuesday. Here we go. Playing at American National Master. Knight c3. Let's just play e6 against the Strobava. See if we get a French. Oh, we do. With e5. I like this move, knight g8. I've seen this before from Chess Mood. Obviously, this is by far the main line, and even this is secondary. e3 is interesting, because obviously my next move was c5. I think they just made this even more appealing. As long as we do get this. We clearly have some prep here. So bishop f2. I mean, do I do this? I guess G4 they were going to play. Should E2 targeting this? Should I play H4 or G6? Let's go G6. Alright, well, we've got one pretty piece. And it's the only piece we've moved. I mean, I feel like if I don't play C5, then kind of what am I doing here? Although that bishop is pretty good. Maybe I need to. All right, let's play it. Let's play with b6 because bishop a6 is a good idea as well, and it's not like I needed queen b6 so much. I don't know. I'm not really a French player. I'm just kind of freestyling a little bit here. We made that knight pretty. We stopped g4, guarded this pawn. Might have been some concessions in the position, but you know, worse things have happened. Worse things have happened. I mean, honestly, to me, this doesn't look like it causes them any problems. So let's go with this. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of my position because I'm not sure what I'm doing next. Play G3. Oh, probably because they want like H3 and G4, yeah? Is that true? I think it's true. I'm gonna play C5. G4. I mean, but why'd you put your king there then? They have a lot of space. They can do it. This maneuver was actually better than I gave it credit for. The downside should have been some pressure on B2. Maybe that happened. Let's just try to move fast. Because I'm not sure there's a ton going on in this position. Okay, they take it. They can make a queen move hitting this. Let's come... Knight to B8, I guess, because I want it here. Alright, now maybe there's some hits, but they can move the knight to play C3. Alright, C5. So G4, I mean, the knight can do something other than retreat, which is make this big trade. So, okay. Maybe I should have prepared knight H4 or something. Alright, so they were able to trade anywhere they wanted there. I would love that. Oh, wow. Maybe we can take advantage. I mean, obviously they wanted to be able to get in, like, rook H1 and stuff. If we can get in, like, F6 and queen H7 real quick. Is there any good reason why not? F6, king G2. Am I causing myself problems or them problems? Okay, I have an idea, actually. It's going to be with F5, because my idea is going to be D4, and I want queen D5 without dealing with this knight coming here. So if king G2 and rook H1, right, what I don't want is for queen H7 to be met with rook H1. Okay. Oh, because of this. Can we just... No... Okay. New plan. It's D4. I want you to block your queen so that I can go here. Okay, so you gotta go here. I can't go there because of this, but like, I want to get you right here real quick. Okay, knight B5. Queen H7 is so appealing. Honestly... Alright, let's just castle. G2, queen H7, rook H1. I can't even take the knight. Oh, now it should be good. I'm surprised they let that happen. Takes can be 7. Wait, king... No, king... B7? Okay, well, it's not quite mate. This is hanging, sort of. Not sure what's happening. Figure this out. D3. No, wait. That's
5.
not as good as I thought.
4. 5. 4. 3. 4. 3. 2. 3. 2. 3.
Ugh, knight a5, so annoying. Why'd I go here?
2.
Oh,
3. 4. 5. 4. 5. 4. 5.
oh, they have rookie 2.
4. 3. 4.
Shoot.
5. 4. 5. 4. 3. 2. 3. 4. 3. 4. 3. 4. 3. 4. 3. 4. 3. 4. 3. 4. 3.
No.
4.
No draw.
3. 4. 5. 4. 5. 4. 3. 4. 3. 4. 5. 4. 3. 2. 3. 2. 3.
Don't mate me.
4. 3.
No,
2.
don't draw me either.
4.
Ah, boo. Damn. Ah, what a wild one. Alright, what happened here? This was a good line. So the point of knight g8 is like the knight doesn't really do anything on d7 in this line, and you want to get it to f5 where it is good. So it's like we went here. h5. Okay, this was all correct. I think everything I did here was good. We played this quite well. This was a mistake on their part, opening their king. This was really ambitious. I should have just probably castled long and then aimed to attack another day. Because I actually didn't see queen takes e6. That's the problem. So we went for something crazy here. We're losing now. But now should be good. They do this right. Check was too premature. This was the move. Because we can mate him on h1 if the queen's not there. Okay. Check. Now this gets a little wild. Lil Wayne, thanks for the follow. Yachiroof with the sub. Appreciate y'all. This was a good move, and in fact, the only move that holds the draw on evaluation, trading off that defender, because we're like taking away king e2 is just a wild position. I go here. We both kind of missed this fork, and I go here, and now it's winning for me. But then I go to the wrong square on b7. I need to go to c7 because we both missed knight a5 check. Now it should be one. I go here before just trading rooks. Just trade rooks and then win the queen, William. Okay, but it's still winning. And I take that. Okay, I should have just given some checks and taken the pawn. Because I take the rook and then this goes. I thought like, oh, I have some checks and I'll get there, but then my queen only had one check. Okay, whatever. Next game. Alright, we're playing WFM from South Korea. Yes. Goring Gambit, Goring Gambit. Let's go, baby. Yes, 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 yes. Take all my pawns. Take them all. They never know it. They never know it. What's up, Desert Lightning? Okay, so d5, which is the antidote to the Danish, but that's this position. That's this position, and when your knight's on c6, this is exactly why the Goring is so much better than the Danish. This is exactly why we include knight f3 and knight c6 before going d4, take, because otherwise d5 is a great move just to give back a pawn and clog the diagonals and get out your development. Here it's not so good, because we've made the very useful move knight f3 And knight c6 is not the best for them because of e takes d5. So now knight a5. I need to think about this because this isn't actually theory here. Queen a4, c6 is the only move that will save your knight. What do I do next in that position now? Probably just... Well, because I don't want... Yeah, I mean, I kind of like that just in terms of a quick blitz decision to make. What I like is I don't want to trade this bishop, right, for the knight at all. And I won't have to, because takes b7 would be check, right? So the knight has to go back to c6. And now let's just make the very simple castles here, especially because, like, queen a5 check would have traded. So king gets out of hot water. These diagonals reopen. I traded off this pawn that was in my way. And I'm only down here one pawn, and you're still very far from castling. And what I intend to do next, I mean, I have a lot of ideas, but my rook should go here and here. I have, oh my god, I have so many moves here are good. Knight e5, hitting f7, and c6 is really quite appealing. Queen b3, hitting f7 and forcing some awkward queen move. It's not as awkward, maybe, because c7, things could be worse. Knight g5, I don't even know how you would deal with this. So I think I have a lot of potentially just game-ending options here. Like, knight g5, I don't even know what you do. Knight d5, it invites pins, but then this knight is kind of hanging. I'm sure it's still winning, but I think my favorite is probably this. Bishop e6 extends the game. And again, I could throw in rook d1. Like, if you just want to play knight c3 last move, like, that's perfectly good as well. But we're just down one pawn for this massive attack and all my pieces aiming at this poor king. So this is exactly what we want. A real nice Gambit Glasses game here. So bishop e6, let's say I trade and then take c6, right? My concern in that position is actually queen d7, pinning my knight here. So what I think I want to do is first take c6, right, which has a tempo on the queen, so there's no shenanigans in the middle. Now after takes here, queen c6, bishop d7, rook e1, bishop e7, and then even something like queen d6 in that position is probably pretty brutal. The other options include here, or just trading first to oblige knight d7. Yeah, I mean, I like this. Queen c6. Bishop d7 is possible. But yeah, I wanted to check. This was my idea. Bishop f6 is not immediately winning. So let's go check. After bishop e7, we're just going to stay on that bishop. Just going to stay on that bishop a little bit. Queen d6. Bishop e6 right now. Maybe it would have been better to swap the bishops and then takes, kind of obliging knight d7. But this is still good, and like, for example, bishop a3 or bishop takes f6 would use the pin in too brutal of a way. So bishop e6 played. Alright, let's go check right here. Knight d7. Okay, so they have to move their king. And now, with them having to move their king, let's run away with our queen, maybe to e5. Alright, we're equal on material, and they have to move their king. I feel like we could have punished more, but they have to move their king, so, you know, not the best for them, and we're equal on material. Down a little on the clock. I think I had it even better, but this position's still very good for white. Just out of the way. I wanted to, like, defend these guys so rook e8 doesn't bother me too much. Bishops are still in good spots. Oh, was that not just takeable? I mean, there's no reason I couldn't have just taken that, I don't think. I could aim for some counterattack. Just h3. It does nothing. Just h3. Alright, let's get these pieces out. It's been too long. Knight c3. Okay, well, now let's aim for knight c3. Again, no reason I can't just take this pawn. Alright, let's finally do it. Let's do one move first. No, okay, let's take it. Any bishops pointing this way? Problems? No, I think just g3 should be fine, although I kind of pushed the envelope for no reason. b6 or b1 is nice. It's hanging, so they have to dodge that. Let's not lose it. That's just hanging. It was a tough situation for them, though. This is hit. Rooks are nice here. Let's just pull back. a4, bishop a3 seems fun. Not that that makes any sense. What in the world?
5, 4,
Here. This h1.
3,
Mate.
4.
Nice. Okay, GG. GG. I liked this Goring line, and I think this game really underscored why it is so much better than the Danish Gambit, right? I'll show you what I mean. Because the Danish Gambit, which is very, very popular, is this. And black has a lot of easy outs, which is A, d5 right now, after which, you know, you're just kind of like trading queens or getting into just a normal position. Or B, even if they take everything, d5 here is another good move. And if you take with the bishop, then you know there's lines where the bishop gets hit and everything. If you take with the pawn, you just block this very important diagonal here, and black should be totally fine keeping the pawn there. So there's no pressure on f7 with the bishop jammed in, and they should be able to castle actually up one pawn. They gave back one of their 2 extra pawns. So the big difference here is, first of all, knight f3 is a move you need anyway in the Danish Gambit. And also, d5 is not an easy out here for the reasons I described on my channel in this theoretical line here, bishop to d3, which makes a big difference that we have bishop takes c6 check in this position because we've dragged these 2 moves. A very useful move for us, and not necessarily the most useful move for them, as we include here. So now, my opponent thinks this is the same as the Danish Gambit, plays d5, but after pawn takes d5, the hit on the knight makes a huge difference. As you can see here, the eval in the other line was like minus 0.7 with, like, you know, comfortable extra pawn, but that's a massive swing here to plus 2.5 with the knight hit and black going to be several moves from castling. Why does it matter that they're so far from castling? Because right now it's kind of a race, right? If they're able to, like, if I just kind of do nothing and I just put these moves on the board, I just, even like some generally useful moves here, and this knight, let's say it trades off for this bishop, whatever, right? You can see the eval here. Okay, like, it's huge, like in favor of black, because they're able to castle and they're up a pawn. So we need to stop that from happening. We need to strike quickly, and that's exactly why we gambit to, you know, make them spend moves taking pawns, moving their knight multiple times, and not getting their king out of the center. So let's see how we take advantage of that. First, take advantage of the king in the center with this nice move, queen to a4 check. With this bishop hit, it's not like I want to trade it off, right? The bishop, like I said, it should be very useful here. Bishop to d3 would be useful once they've castled on h7, but not immediately useful and nowhere else to go. So queen a4 check nicely takes advantage of the knight hanging and the king still in the middle that we're able to do this. So c6, forced to defend, takes, and you don't have this move, as I said, because this is check, and we're picking up the rook and maybe an extra queen. So they come back taking here, and the bishop is not hit. I don't have to spend a tempo moving it, and it reopened its diagonal here. And we keep our pawn deficit at 1. At 1, they gave back one of their 2 extra pawns. So here, castles, knight f6 played, knight e5, very nice aggressive move here, using the pin onto the king right here, and using our hit on f7, right? Best way to deal with f7 is if you can just castle and the rook defends, right? Otherwise, hits on f7 can be very, very annoying here. We like to use this queen b3 idea mostly in the line, so there's no knight e5, because the knight is often needed, but here, that's not really the case, and queen c7 was like kind of a fine move, which didn't block their bishop, right? If you can force queen e7 is one thing, but queen c7 doesn't block their bishop, and they should be able to get that out. So the queen's doing better here. Knight e5 takes advantage of the pin and hits f7. Bishop d6 played, and we do this all correctly, grabbing c6, so there's no queen d7 because the queen needs to defend the rook. Bishop to d7 played back here. So knight to d7 was another option, but, you know, this is also very tough. You can see many moves are nearly +5 in the evaluation here, including even just the simple, like, knight a3, keeping the bishop open, rook's coming in the middle, and just killing this king. My opponent plays bishop to d7. I'm not sure I chose the best continuation. Oh, the best continuation, I have no excuse that I didn't spot this, was rook takes e7 check. Of course, with the rook hanging here, queen takes, that is winning for white, and king takes e7, we have this nice follow-up with bishop to, or, like, both these moves are winning, because bishop to a3, king e8 only move, And something like this is just like, oh, like the king is just so cut off and the rook's just going to come to e1 and end the game. Okay, next game starting. Okay, we're playing a GM, David Paravian. With 1.5 out of 2 now on Tail Tuesday. Let's turn on emote only. What's up, Patchmas Prime, Anatu Clark, Desert Lightning, hello, hello. Pabolski, thanks for your content. I played Von Hennig, Alpin, Gambit, Amphal, and Popeel versus Scandi with great results, and my tactics are improving a lot. Keep it up, my guy. Ah, much appreciated, doll. Alright. Well, he spotted me some time here. See if we get a delayed London, that would be fun. Oh, we do! Against the GM! The Grafe attack. Oh, but he knew this move in 82. He knew this move in 82 to not give us the quick G5. Most people play E3, give us the quick G5. Okay, but now we can still play G5. This is covered on my channel. I love when I play lines that GMs who've studied chess so much and who've seen everything just don't know. Just don't know already. Like on move 5 of the game. Okay, bishop e5 is very ambitious because now you could be running out of squares if you're not careful. This trips up everyone. This trips up everyone. Oh man, he knew this. He knew this. Wait, but the last time I played a GM in this, yeah, it was with this. Did I get a chance to go over that game? That GM also spotted me sometime. Because rook g8 here. No, it's no good. Because I think check, and they eat this, right? Okay. Yeah, the line they're playing is actually very good and should be a big plus for white. This is the best line. This is the best line. Wow, I'm actually really impressed. I think knight f7, queen e8, pin, knight takes e5 check. I mean, they got a lot of good moves like castles, but what I'm gonna try to do is go like over here. Okay, castles. Run. Well, that's actually the problem right now because knight f7, queen e8, knight takes e5, check when it's the queen. It's the queen. So no, also not a good move. Something went wrong here. Queen e8, d e5, king e7. Queen h4. I think we have nothing better because I can't go this direction right now with owing to knight f7. Unless we go queen e7. Still knight f7, right? And then they'll take here. And they'll send me right back the way I came. So. Okay. We should go here. Because knight f7, I have king e7. So they should go d5, king e7, and queen h4. Wow, really, really impressive quick decision making by this person. I think what we should do to not lose immediately is queen g6. How does that work? How does that work? Bishop c4? Am I mated? Oh wow, wait. Bishop c4. Jeez Louise. Wow. Because queen f4 next move. I have to go up. Queen f4 next move. This is crazy. Okay. I have to go here. Oof. Wait. Did they miss this check? No, they didn't. They have queen h4. I'm so impressed. I'll let them put the mate on the board. That was, wow, filthy game. Wow, I've played like 3000s on chess.com and not even them are that this good. So this was like incredibly impressive. I think he did everything completely correct in a line where nobody does it correct. Major props to this guy. David Paravian, I mean. Jeez Louise. 2589. FIDE. Okay. Let me explain what was going on here. So, when we play here knight d4, right? I'll give you guys some freedom of speech. Wow. This might have been the best game of chess I've ever faced. So knight d2 played, right? If he plays e3, which most London players do automatically, right? They play bishop f4 and they like pre-move e3, and most people do that. But now g5, and if bishop e5 f6, and the point is we hit the bishop in such a way while we're threatening to trap it, right? While we are threatening to trap it. And so if you play h3 to create a square, now is the time where we take. We go here, we drag your king out to f2, and this is like even worse than you think. And this happens all the time. My opponent played a good line, which is knight d2, immediately challenging this knight. So I can't go g5 right now because take, and I need this knight to support g5. Knight e4, very hidden purpose of supporting g5 with the queen and the knight's defense. Not using the pawn to defend it because we need the pawn to threaten to trap the bishop while pressuring it. So knight d2, good move. We played d5 to hold it there, and after e3, now g5. So the thing is, 99% of people here will like do something like takes, and after gf4 this line is covered on my channel. Interesting sort of equality where black actually can play for kind of a lot, and I talk about this move on in the original video in the Grafe attack. Here bishop e5 f6, I get it, but most people play your bishop to g3, right? And here after h5, the point being that you can't really take it with the knight now hit, so h4 will come, and otherwise if you make a pawn move, I take it here pressuring g3 again, and here again you're forced to play king f2 and you're much worse. What he found is the really impressive piece sacrifice of knight takes e4, takes e4, and knight takes g5, right? So this is a really difficult piece sacrifice to find, as evidenced by, you know, games in the database here where almost nobody's playing this, but you're giving up this bishop, and you spotted that you can take on g5 after, you know, ridding this knight. So it's only from this exact move order of bishop e5, provoking the f6 parry, which is ordinarily like a good move for black to play, and it's very good for white only if they find the exact correct continuation of take, take, take. And even after takes e5 here, again, white needs to be really, really precise, because if they go in with something like knight f7, or even like queen f7 check or something, then yeah, you can see the eval swing so much, they're really just down a piece, and they need to get this kind of exactly right. And my last video, I beat a GM in this line with, you know, just kind of running my king away, tucking it in, and just being up a piece. So you need to get this attack right, but my opponent absolutely did. Best move, every move. Castles here, opening the rook onto my queen. I don't have a chance for king c6 here, because knight f7 with the fork. Now if I go queen e8 with the pin to try to save my rook, knight takes e5, my king is not on d7 but on c6, and I will now lose my queen because my king is not there to protect it, and this comes with check. So castles actually forces my king back in like this general direction, queen e8 to not get forked with by knight f7, takes king e7 to protect it, and he's like immediately rattles us off queen h4. Great idea. Not coming in queen f7 as looks really appealing, but queen h4 now switching to a dark square attack, and the rook's coming here, and the bishop is going to complement that really, really well. So again, white needs to get everything right because they are down a piece, but they continue to do so, finding this beautiful tactic, knight takes e6 check. Like a gorgeous, gorgeous tactic here. Knight takes e6. The issue is king takes e6, bishop c4. My king can't go back. All the squares are covered. Boom, boom, boom. All covered. Can't go back there. So next round, okay, we're not missing anything. Cannot move backwards. Only way is up. And king takes e5 or king. And he continues to find the absolute best moves here. Not even knight takes e7, just trapping the rook, which is already enough for white here, because they're only down a piece and have several pawns and a rook for it. But Brutal hits me with queen to f4 check. Just keeps his foot on the gas pedal as much as possible here. This is going to be checkmate, as you know happens in the game here. Queen f4, yeah, I mean, nowhere else is any better. This is mate in 1, blocking the rook. King to e7. Yeah, we'll probably just do this again here, and maybe... yeah, king e7. Okay, you could take c7, and this is pretty resignable at this point. But okay, I take the knight. I go for it. Now I have kind of a win condition. I'm up a couple pieces if this fizzles out, but it's not going to fizzle out. He's using all his pieces here. Bishop to c4, king e7, and queen comes back to h4. Brutal, brutal, brutal. These pieces work in excellent harmony, while my pieces do nothing on the back rank. My opponent stole the gambit glasses from me, and I allowed them to put checkmate on the board on move 17. And the antidote to the Grafe attack, if you know this, it's specifically like this. Knight d2, hit the knight, d5, e3, g5. I talk about this in the original video. You need to get it right. Black, you know, to be clear, has ways out that generates, like, equality of just, like, not going for this. And just playing bishop d6, and even, like, the idea here of knight takes d6, and the knight can be useful here. It's pretty interesting, and maybe I'll talk about that in a future video. But if you're playing a super GM, g5 here, bishop e5, knight takes e4, you might get hit with this incredible sequence, and, you know, they might steal the gambit glasses from you in this line. Oh! Oh, okay. Wait, next game is started, but I didn't miss it. Okay, subscribe. I didn't miss anything. Alright, need to put emote only mode back on. Alright, we're playing an FM from, it looks like Poland. Yes, gambit glasses on. Von Hennig on the board. Gotta crush those carrows. Got to crush those carrows. I love when they start thinking right away. I love when they start thinking right away. So yes, they had to play knight f6 to protect this pawn. Now gotta be careful here. What are you gonna do with this guy? Don't go here. I'll give you your queen. No! You didn't listen to me. I'll give you the queen in exchange for the king. If you play something like e6 just to guard it, I'm also hitting your bishop. Don't go bishop h5. I will take it anyway. Yeah, bishop e6 was the only move. Bishop e6 was the only move, but this is still not pleasant for black. You are technically up a pawn, but... Alright, as I recall, this was a good idea. So the knight's beautiful on e5, but I didn't want to trade. Even a rook e1 was fine. Knight is actually going to come to g5. Knight's going to come to g5. Equally beautiful. She is beauty, she is grace. She's had a fun game. So these doubled pawns are really bad. Are really, really bad. And we're going to sneak right in there if you don't mind. Actually, regardless of whether you mind. Okay. Well, so we've really stopped castling because we got a couple forks. Got a couple forks in case that happens. Knight e6, queen d6. We want to keep her there, right? So I think what we're going to do... Yeah, I'm just going to trade this. I mean, not that I want to help you, like, on double. But, so the thing is, like, queen takes e5. Honestly, I was just going to play, like, bishop f4. Rook e1 is also fine. Maybe rook e1 is better. Bishop f4, queen c5, king h1. And we'll get, like, I'll get access to that square one way or another. I like rook e1. I like both of them. I love my position, actually. This is really beautiful. Queen d6 impossible because of this is pinned. Queen c5. Now my point is just bishop e3 parries with tempo. I have that defended. Bishop f4 was also nice because, you know, knight wanted to come to c7. My opponent would love to castle and actually lose a rook for this knight in exchange for some king safety. I don't think that's going to happen. So they're trying to draw bishop e3 and then, so I think to block my control d6 square. I think, because I understand it. So like now queen f5, for instance. Otherwise, I jump in here. Can you go queen d6? Actually, it's kind of interesting. You block this. They go queen c4, right? So to control this. Okay. Maybe my rook was better on f1. Yeah, queen c4, so it controls both of these things. We gotta be a little careful here. b3, queen takes c3. I want to trap it, but I can't. Honestly, it's still interesting, but probably not a good idea. Let's think, actually. b3 takes knight e6. Alright. It's kind of funny here, because I think their best move is going to be queen g8. As tough as that is to play, because you got to keep my knight out of these spots. And then I might just grab this. Okay, we played b3 now. And queen g8? I just wanted to guard my knight. Yeah, so queen g8. I guess that's what they wanted. Okay. Alright, well the queen's here. They've defended well. I'll take a7, I will. I'll do it. I will do it. Any reason why not? No. Alright, well, we're equal on pawns. They try to free their queen a bit. This is... Well, no, I don't want to give queen d5. Alright, let's just bring this into the game while we think. I don't want to give queen d5. My idea was queen c3 was going to be mate. Now takes check. Take on c5. Yeah, otherwise here. Some checkmating ideas. I did not see this. But it should be good. Can I fork them? I think this was like a fork of the... No, it doesn't make any sense to fork knights in that pattern. Knight d7? How are they still alive? Alright, knight and mate. Do they have to give the rook is kind of what they're considering. They've been hanging on. I have to give them a lot of credit. d7 here, knight d4. Hit c6. Their position's so... Okay, they have to give that. I guess. But this is stuff still hanging for them. I mean, it's not good. Knight there. I could take on c6, but I'll just do this. It's just a clean piece, yeah? Let's not even allow anything. Nice, GG. GG and a fun one out of the Von Hennig Gambit. Vertical format on YouTube. Go to the Twitch. Go to the Twitch. It's linked in the description. The Twitch is multi-streamed and computer-sized. We won this game out of the Von Hennig Gambit. Different opinion. This format is nice and uncluttered. How was the Open? The World Open went well. The World Open went well. Let me talk about that in a moment. But let me just talk about the Von Hennig Gambit I just played. Knight to c3. Takes and bishop to c4. So, okay, we don't need this guy. I just need the actual analysis. Takes on e4. Yes, obviously this is the main line of the Caro-Kann. This is the Von Hennig Gambit here with bishop c4. Not recapturing the pawn. The point being that we're playing against the development of this bishop, and you saw it in 4K in this line here. So they defended the e4 pawn, we gambited it, we are down a pawn, we put on our gambit glasses, and I'll talk about bishop f5 and e6, both of these lines at the end of my analysis here. My opponent goes for this move, bishop to g4, which is a big blunder. Knight e5, I'm aware that bishop takes f7 is actually better, slightly better according to the engine. Takes knight e5 check. King goes to g8 or e8. It's not doing great in either spot because, again, you can't castle from here. Or g8, you just jam in the rook forever. And this is just a very, very nice position. Equal on pawns where black's king and pieces and light squares are just a total disaster. I like this move in 85 just because it's so pretty. You know, give the queen for the king. And we're attacking the bishop. Bishop h5, queen takes h5 is such a beautiful move here. Re-hitting f7. Again, you can't take the queen. So bishop e6 is the only move that continues the game. Takes, and so we're still down a pawn, but it's not the most pretty pawn here, and yeah, not fun in terms of square control at all. This position would be very, very different than the current one. The bishop would have moves, and things would be defended, but alas, that's not really the case here. Knight d7 challenges my gorgeous knight, and the gorgeous knight stays on the board. Pulls back to f3 to come to g5. So now, for example, you try to do something to escape here. Things end badly. Knight on e6 is so good. Is so good. That's actually kind of the theme of the Von Ende Gambit, is this guy's so good. Hitting g7, hitting d8, and threatening knight c7 as a fork very often. And stopping castling in both directions. The king cannot castle around that knight ever. So it's just an absolute monster here, and already forking the queen and bishop in this particular position. Queen c7 trying to escape this way. We go for knight g5 immediately. Just somehow better was just like simple queen d3. Knight g5 immediately makes a lot of sense, because castle's okay. We would just take here and pick up our exchange, or, you know, one of a couple of different ways. In the game, e5, nice move. Not that you want to open the center with your king there, but there's no other way to protect this. Queen d6 just runs into more hits, so there's no other way to protect it. So e5 takes, and queen takes e5, good decision. Knight takes allows probably, yeah, bishop f4, brutal pins, and the knight continues to hop around. Queen takes e5. Even though the queen can be hit a couple different ways, this is the best way to try to keep the knight out of these very bothersome squares. So I play rook e1, and my opponent takes actually a great decision, because they really want to keep my knight out of e6. So even though bishop e3 is developing with tempo, yeah, actually even better to play king h1. Isn't that crazy? Even better to just play king h1. Even though you're developing with tempo, it's actually not great, because you block the control of e6. So now queen c4, just a really nice maneuver here, 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 actually keeps them in the game, defending e6 and f7. So my opponent played this actually really, really well in terms of their defense, and they're threatening to long castle without losing any material now. The engine's actually top recommendation is queen d4. Trading here, getting the bishop out of the way, and again, even though we don't have queens on the board, the knight's coming into e6 very strong, and long castle still loses a rook, because this queen is actually doing a great job. I play queen d2 because I want to keep them on the board here. So h6, trying to drive my knight out at the moment where I can't reintroduce. Like a bishop move here was also reasonable. Some bishop move to try to get an e6. But at the moment that the knight can't jump into e6, playing h6 makes a lot of sense. So b3, that was the point of queen d2 here, to protecting this. Queen g8, only spot to hold defense. Knight f3 and long castle. So they do achieve this. Although, I was thinking about this, knight b5. Actually, this was at the forefront of my mind. How is this working? Check here. Takes... Oh, because the rook is hanging, because they lack development of any rook defense. I mean, this is just a crazy sequence, but now you pick this up with check, and after a4, you're going to crack open this file, or just checkmate them here, because they have no defense. Absolutely no pieces in the game. I mean, that's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, I mean, it was raising alarm bells in my head that they had no pieces around here to go for something wild, but that's like a crazy sequence, because they just got no pieces around. Wow, knight b5. Okay, I mean, that's wild. That's wild. I mean, I just took a7, though. I just take a7, which is the second best move here. That's a free pawn, and puts the king in a lot of hot water. For example, like a knight on b6 can be close to checkmate, or like a queen here coming in. So, like, you know, I mean, a lot of good ideas here as they continue to lack development, even though equal material, and they've kept both their rooks here, so they're hanging on. Trying to play your g5 to, like, free their queen, because their queen has no way out in this direction, so it makes sense. Trying to play maybe g4 to make that move. Bishop g7, queen out, like they can get some development going. Maybe, like, g4, knight moves, queen g5 they can play, proposing a queen trade, and then otherwise coming across. So I get it, it's just that we have some quick strikes here. So I play rook d1, tying the knight down, because that rook is hanging, because they don't have any guys out. So that's a tough situation. So they play e6. Yeah, I mean, okay, I think they want a knight on d5. I think they want a knight on d5. And the bishop coming out this way. Bishop c5 check, trading off for this dangerous bishop that can... Right, so if I don't really do anything, then bishop c5 check I think is a nice move. Now they've got this defended, and they should be able to trade some pieces and hang on, even though their position's still bad, but, you know, it's equal pawn count, and they're not losing immediately, right? So just try to keep hanging on there. Give yourself a condition out of it. Don't be just down a rook, such that an endgame will lose for you. But I find this a really nice move, knight b5, going after him. Going after them. The issue for them is takes. I have queen c3 check. And this trade, I think, is, yeah, no good for you. b8, okay, check. Yeah, I'm winning the knight. Things just don't really work out for them here. I mean, their king is so open and their development is so lacking. So knight b5, I mean, the other things that knight can... So, like this, like queen a5 jumping in here. Knight so you can jump to all these dark squares around their king. Tough spot. Bishop c5 makes a lot of sense. Best move was, like, knight d5, and then you find some other weird defenses just to not be completely losing. I don't know what's happening here, but... Okay, knight d5. They didn't find that. Bishop c5 check. We trade, which looks like a good idea, but I have knight d6 now, so I don't want to trade any more pieces, after which, you know, an endgame they can survive. But with the queens on the board, this looks really bad for them. Queen hits these knights, which are loose here, which are barely defending checkmate here. Not clear what to do. If you play knight fd7, yeah, something like knight d4, knight e5, as I was talking about during the game. Now I'm threatening c6. I mean, the threats just keep coming, and it's just so hard to keep hanging on by a string here if you're black. So they just give the exchange here. Rook takes d6. They've had enough. But, you know, again, they can't really find a great move. It's not like that was a mistake by any stretch. Their position was just terrible, kind of from the moment after bishop g4, and I think they made one slip up there after bringing down the eval a little bit. And e5 keeps the pressure on big time. c6 is hanging, etc. Play an e4, and I just take. Trade queens. I mean, I don't even, like, not that queen a1 was so dangerous, but I don't need to give them that. Swap the queens. Okay, we pick up some pawns, and we go with our own passer here. They're able to get some of these guys, but I take enough pawns of my own and keep this very, very simple technique. So, a nice Von Hennig win. Oh, I can give you guys some freedom of speech. Oh, my opponent also was streaming. Next one starting soon. Emote only off. A nice Von Hennig win. Yeah, the problem with this is, right, when you play e6, just jamming the bishop in completely, that's when we go back to the old tried and true favorite formula of, like, this attack here. Freezing the knight because of the pressure on h7. Oh, the next game started. Okay. All right, we're playing an IM from Bosnia and Herzegovina. Oh. He knows his flags after playing a lot of games. Bush Gas Gambit. Bush Gas Gambit. Let's go. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. We got a Bush Gas Gambit on the board at 5th round of Title Tuesday. Good line here. Good line. Is a pro-level move. Not giving the d takes c6 Stafford capture, as I call it, in honor of that opening. Which would be this position, which has some notable subtle differences. But yeah, knight to f3. Trying to dodge that. Trying to make sure your next move is d4, but it's not going to be d4. Couldn't play it after d5 because of this. Couldn't play it after queen takes d5 because I had 3 dudes guarding it. And can't play it now because d4, knight takes d4, knight takes d4, queen takes d1, knight takes d1, and I pick that back up. Getting my pawn back in just a dead equal endgame. So I assume my opponent sees that as they're an international master. And this little knight takes d4 trick. And we'll probably play a move like bishop e2. After which we play bishop g4. And again, you don't want to play d4. You could, but... Oh, they do it... What? They wanted to... They did this on purpose? They just bailed out into a dead equal endgame? No way. Oh, wow. That is really pathetic. Alright. I mean, if you play like this, you can never say one bad word about Gambits ever again, because clearly they terrify you to your very core. G4, A5 takes. Trying to do something creative. Okay. Let's go here. You want... okay, I'll give you this. Fine. We'll just castle. Do you want this? I mean, okay, fine. Alright, no Gambit glasses. Just an equal endgame. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I think castles in 84 is actually brutal. Hits F2 in such a way that you can't really defend it. F3, just knight F2. They saw it. It's not like they missed it because they played it immediately. That's crazy. Alright. Alright. They want A6 at some moment. Okay, the thing I do have to be careful about. Let's just focus. Let's focus on endgames here. Come on. So bishop F3 is actually kind of annoying because C6 A6, right? So what do we want to do about that? This is gonna be... We gonna have a problem, Mr. Pawn? Alright, let's not spend too much time here. Honestly, what I like is... I don't see a problem with pawn takes c6. The more I think about it. I don't see... Alright, let's start off with rook b8. And I'll play bishop c6 next turn, just so I have a jump start here. I think it's fine. I think it's interesting. Obviously, long term, you don't want that, but pawn on a5 now looks a little silly. Looks a little bit silly. E8 or e1. That is a good spot for their knight, I will admit. How annoying is this? No, they can't do it yet. Do you want to b4? It's gonna go here. No, an 85 is actually too annoying. Alright, I gotta keep it out. Now I want this. I also have this idea. Yeah, I was gonna say, I hope they just play g3 so I can just focus on my one idea. Spend a tempo doing that. Ah, they got king d3 in the nick of time. Okay, fine. This is probably just gonna come down to clock, if I had to say. I don't think they're making much. Are they gonna get this? I mean, you can't really because I have check, so I don't know how you make progress if you're white. That is a good spot. Oh, I forgot about that idea. Ugly. Ugly. We are lacking moves here. Oh. That just wins. Oh, they don't find it. But I'm so stuck. Oh! They put their king right there. Let's go.
Five, four, five,
On mate g6,
four,
right?
3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3,
Uh-oh.
2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3,
Go.
4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
There we go. Okay.
Five.
It's a roller coaster draw. Wow, my opponent was 29-34 and played. Okay, that he has nothing in common with the other 2900 who I played, who played a phenomenal game. I mean, to play here, not to be so rude. Oh, I was the last game of Title Tuesday, but to play here D4 and go into an equal endgame from a plus 1.5 position, just because you didn't want to play against the Gambit, is will never not be crazy to me. Okay, just to put that out there one more time. That was the last game, because the next game started instantly. That was the last game. It's kind of funny. I like this little setup here. I like this little setup here. Let's move. Player just F6. If I don't want this. Not that I'm like so... I mean, I don't really have a problem with this. I'll play F6. Go away. I wanted a 5 anyway at some moment, didn't I? Okay, let's get rolling. I think bishop e6 there was also good. Even just d5 immediately. Let's stop this. Okay. Bishop e6 and d... Well, then they're gonna play knight d5, right? Should I just do my thing? Yeah. So they want something over here. I want something over here. What do we got? This seems like a good idea. What's happening before? Trade. Do I? No. Okay, we're spending too much time here, but I'm not sure how to proceed exactly. Alright, let's just do something. This is coming, obviously. Takes an a4 is interesting. There's too many compelling ideas. Okay. Just play normal. I don't know why I'm thinking so much. Just be normal. This is one. Okay, 2 is that doable? I don't know. Like queen b3. Too much is hanging. My position's good. I just took too much time there. Just couldn't make a decision. Attack is good. Rook f5, rook h5 is a nice idea. I don't want to hang that. I'll take it now. Alright, we're giving this for something. I don't know, wasn't necessary. My position is definitely better here, by the way. Without a doubt, I would rather be black. But I definitely might have missed this little thing. I do have queen c8. Okay, I actually do have... No, because they were g7 the way I did it. Oh, but they didn't even want much.
5,
I don't know. Is this just takeable? There's really no reason why not. 6.
4, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3,
And then e4 is very solid, actually. Did a smart thing just keeping that there.
4,
Oh.
3, 2, 1, 2, 1.
Oof. I could just take it now. Oh, nope. Let's keep fighting. Why not? Oh well. Oh well. Yeah, I like the little thing that talks to me. We are playing some tough opponents here. This is not our first 3,000. Oh, I've played this guy 4 times. I have 1 win. I have the 1 win. I mean, this is good. It's just kind of like this normal English position. Engine wanted me to play for, which I was considering, now that I could. Yeah. I don't really know why. There's just not this pressure here, but I have some pressure here. And it became more annoying that they achieved b4 kind of without this. Yeah, they just kind of outplayed me here. Their advantage grew and grew. No, I mean, they're just better chess player than I am. What can I say? Yeah. Okay. I just got outplayed by a grandmaster. Who's SG chess? Sisman Gumulars. Dude, GMs are just are something, man. GMs are something. Sisman Gumulars. 2597 FIDE. Yeah, dude. Not a bad player. Not a bad player. He's man. Unlike the other guy who played d4 out of the Bushgas Gambit. That was only an IM. But also almost 3,000. Okay. is this a break between the rounds? No. This might be just like one game that's going really long, right? How are we doing? We have 3 out of 6, but we've played a lot of really good opponents, like really good. Okay. CM also from Poland. Back-to-back Poles. Except CM is not GM. Goring. They're shocked. They're shocked that we're able to do this. Bishop d3. Inclusion of bishop e7 is interesting. Should I take this right now? I mean, knight f6 is coming anyway, right? Where did the queen go? E2 or c2? Alright, let's take it right now. Because knight f6 is coming anyway, right? And then from here... I mean, even just allowing the queen trade is probably fine. But of all the options, I think my favorite... I'm going to go with a4. I think, like, a lot of them were reasonable. Okay, takes b2, bishop b2. Our pawn count would be 2, but it's these two. And we're hitting g7, and we got c6 on the table. So they want none of that smoke. Absolutely none of that. Do I just go knight c3 here? Or do I do something spicy? Knight f6, knight c6. I'm just putting it out there. If I take right now, it's still... Let's be really annoying. Let's be really annoying. What do you got? What do you got? Again, I feel like you don't want to give me this. Let's be like, here would have traded into something that's probably like still totally fine for me. But I'd love just like keeping my foot on the gas pedal like this. Okay, c5. So I have this option to just swap stuff. I also have the option to play... Knight c6 is a kind of a pretty filthy move. Queen e4, before or after taking, hits the rook. I mean, that's probably objectively the best thing to do. Takes, queen e4, or b8, and then knight c3. But this is just, like, kind of really appealing to me for some reason. I don't know, call me crazy. I've put myself in a pin, and I don't even want to make that trade. But, here's the thing. If you just play knight f6 here, right? Then I play knight c3. I defend my queen. So then takes... Oh no, that's stupid. Takes, recapture. That's still not quite what we wanted. Okay, but they don't... I scared them. They jumped out of the way anyway. But now they want to get me. This is kind of a wild one. So knight c3, queen b7. Do I have a problem? I think I do. Rook e1, queen b7. I like... No, because queen b7 is stinky for William. Knight c3, queen b7, knight a5. I think that might just have to be what I gotta do. What else we do here? What is happening there? No, just a6. We got the same problem. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go here. Queen b7, I have knight a5, so that's fine. It was a little ambitious. I should have done the other option. Yeah, Chris has flown a little close to the sun. This is an interesting move, actually, because I still forced to trade queens, and then I give cb4, but then knight d5. I'm not sure if they'll want to do it. This... Oh, they're still trying to win this knight? Can they? No, I have this move. Haha. Alright. Hit the rook. Bye-bye pin. You're still not castled. Your rooks don't defend each other. Now, hello, new pen. Hello. Nice to meet you. My name is Queen and Rook and Knight. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh, what's happening there? Let's just be normal for a change. Although it was spicy. You gotta give me that. But, okay, we're hitting this. Now, ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Boom. No, let's just be normal. Just be normal. Just keep the pressure on the pin. Just be normal. Just relax. Calm down. Take the pawn. Oh, is B2 hanging? No. Who's scared? Okay. I would be scared too. He really wanted to castle for a long time, and I wasn't letting him. Knight A6 is nice. I missed that. Well, hopefully I'll get a chance to do it again. Yep, that's my chance. It's kind of weird. Ooh. Can take rook A8. I don't know what's happening. Oh, okay. Don't know what's happening. This is hanging. Rook A8 in there. It's defended weirdly. Let's
5.
do this. Take.
4. 5.
Don't mate me over here. Let me just get that pawn.
Four, 3, 4.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good.
5.
We're good.
4, 5. 4,
Go,
5.
go, 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 go.
4,
Faster.
3,
Faster.
4. 3, 2, 3,
Do that.
2,
No.
1, 2.
Oh, they have check. Shoot.
3, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2.
No, that's annoying. Oh, no, don't mate me. Oh.
1, 2.
Check.
1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3,
Oh my God.
4.
Oh.
3,
What the
4,
heck?
5, 4, 5.
I should have lost this game. But I haven't. Ah, that's draw now. I mean, it was drawn before. Okay. Okay, wild one. Damn, but I got lucky. They were scared because, you know, I went for some stuff. We've drawn... This is a crazy number of draws. Isn't this like my third draw? How have we been doing? How have we been doing? So Title Tuesday started here. We got draw, win, loss, win, draw, loss, win, draw. So we got 3.5 out of 7. 2 wins, 2 losses, 2 wins, 2 losses, 3 draws. Alright. What happened here? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Doing my best. I like the little thing that talks to me. So we got another goring here. This is well handled here. And also bishop e7. Engine gives a mistake, but it's kind of annoying because, like, it's a developing move and shields your king. And knight f6 gives e5 with tempo. Whereas bishop e7, I just castled. Actually, wait. This is... It likes better just taking. And then it says... Oh, because it wants me to just grab my pawn back. See, because you can't take it twice. Because check will win the queen. Wow, those arrows are all over the place. So, okay. I mean, no, I mean, it's totally playable. What is going on with this? It's totally playable. Knight f6, knight c3 comes with tempo on the queen. I mean, okay. It's just kind of a standard white advantage. Instead, we go for this. This was interesting, and queen a4 was also correct. So we're down 2 pawns at this exact moment. It's these two. Hitting c6 in such a way, like, the queen's got to stay there to defend. Here, knight takes c3 was just totally pleasant, for the record. It's totally pleasant. I went for this, but it's not obvious what to do. Okay, this was, like, best somehow, but not obvious that you would move your bishop again. This was not a good move. Best was just here, hitting f7, they go here, we go back, we go here, we go somewhere again. It's just some weird engine stuff. Okay, I went knight c6. Queen c8 was, I think, a really nice move. Not taking this, because the pin is quite annoying. Okay, next game anyway. I like, let's do something a little spicy here. Let's go, like, I like this line, trying to play e5 real quick. Okay, they let me. Yeah, so a lot of options here. I mean, we can just stick with kind of the most aggressive one. I take it they want like this and this. Here, I mean, it begs the question, what if I just trade? Or are you going to go knight takes e4? Come a little closer, can't you see? Come on, come on, come on. There, trade everything. Knight g5. Knight takes. I don't think they want that. I think f5. So if pawn takes and then we trade everything there, can I win material by adding like a knight d4 at an opportune moment? I think so. Crazy. Oh, so they go within the knight takes. Okay, but I have this move, right? And you don't really have this because h6, so you gotta go there. Now e4? Does that make any sense? Take d1. Rook d1, rook d1, knight d1, f e4. The benefit of playing like I do is you're calculating everything, even the things you shouldn't be wasting your time on. Knight d4 is also blah, 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 blah. So you don't miss stuff if it's there. But you waste time. Alright, let's give it a shot. I might be winning a piece. I mean, it's tough because I like my position a lot here. So, like, it's not like, you know, oh, it's lost anyway, better, you know, may as well go for it. It's like the alternative is nice. Knight d4 is a pleasant move. Alright, trade. The point is to recapture on e4 with a pin on something hanging on d1. Stick knight. Takes here. Now, do I win? Oh, you have knight d2. That's smart. Okay. Okay, no, well done. I missed it. Yeah, bishop b4, c3, they're fine. So here, bishop takes e4. I mean, yeah, may as well gambit this. I don't know. And 83 is fine for them. But then I'll pay him a visit right here. Yeah, shall we? Here, and then here. Should I add a bishop e2? Yeah, let's do... No, let's just go here. They could, like, dodge it. Let's develop. I was not so clear what's happening. Oh, I did miss... I missed a knight e2 and take the bishop and win the knight. But my bishop was hanging, so I'm not sure. Was this pawn just straight up hanging? Did I miss that completely? Yeah, okay. No, not well done. Not well done at all. Here I even had bishop e2. That would have forced a trade that I would have liked. Okay, I could take it and rook d2, but then just rook c2 is fine, right? So let's do this, which seems kind of annoying. Bishop is not going anywhere. Now takes rook d2 would be, yeah, very nasty. Knight can't go anywhere because that's lost. So, okay, but this is good because there's no rook c2 because now I have takes, winning a piece. Oh, but that's such a good move. Why didn't I see that? I thought they couldn't get away with it, but they could. Alright, come on. Come on. Yeah, knight underneath might get trapped. That was kind of my hope, anyway. It's a good move, then.
Five.
Don't like hearing that. My opponent is good and just
4, 5,
is very solidly a
4,
pawn ahead.
3, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2,
Let's do something.
1, 2, 3, 2, 2,
Let's do something. I mean, I could take that, but I just want my own dude.
2,
Just want my own dude. Still should be lost. Because he
1,
has a lot
2,
of extra dudes.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2,
There's too many extra dudes.
1, 2, 2, 3,
Gotta go under. You gotta block your pawn. So what am I gonna do?
2, 3,
Really? Want the draw?
4, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3,
Should definitely be lost. My king is not helpful. Can't even catch the a-pawn.
2, 3, 4, 3, 2,
Why is
3,
it lost again?
two, 3, 2,
No! Oh, no! Oh my goodness,
1.
William.
3, 4,
What? Why did I do that? That's ridiculous. Wait. Okay, it was losing, but he wasn't making any progress. Okay, if I kept checking, he's got to come at me? Oh no, you can just kind of like run away, because these are close enough now. Any rook e3, g7, and I lose. So, and okay, I can run out of checks. You can just run out my rook over here. No, you gotta be so careful. You can't allow rook c8. You could lose. But it's here, it's because of the a-pawn? Like, if you don't have a takes b3, do you not... Can you not make progress? That's crazy. Was it ever drawn? No, that was dumb. Okay, but the punch I went for here should be really... Yeah, no, I just need to play knight f6. I mean, the position is so good. Minus 1.4. Go for this. No, knight d2, totally missed. Should be fine. I never actually really had it, because takes c1 to win this. Like, my bishop's also hanging. And then the pawn should be lost if I do this wrong, which I did. Okay. I mean, we fought hard. We made our own passed pawn, didn't just sit there and get rolled over. They just took so many pawns, they were able to give their rook for it. Oh well. Oh well. So I think we fall to 3 out of 8 here in Title Tuesday. Tough Title Tuesday for me. Hikaru moves to 8 out of 8. A full point lead over the field. Not bad. Not bad at all. Who'd he beat? He just beat Zhang. He beat Hans. I mean, GM. Oh, he beat Rosen too. Otherwise, almost all GMs. Alright. Tough one there. Let's have a look at the game I just played. I just got a text from my surgeon. We text about when I could stitch the crutches. Said this Friday might be my last day of crutches if all looks good, which is very exciting because for over a month now we've been living with them. Well, I got this is so funny. Fine Brian writes playing quite well. Someone else writes noob. That's the internet for you. I was having a look at my last game, right? I actually don't know. I was having a look at a lot of games and I get interrupted. Oh no. We did have a look at this, yeah? Why? Where's the analysis part? God, this interface is so weird. Okay. Oh. This is so funny. We both just missed this. We both just missed this. The rooks are... It just feels like the rooks should be coordinated because white is actually so much more developed than black. But the rooks are not coordinated. And so they don't defend each other and this can happen. Yeah, my development is not flawless. The bishop is still right here. That's the problem. That's the problem. This was a good defensive move. Endgame was wild. Just like a roller coaster here. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, knight b5 was a much more useful move than just like moving another piece just for the sake of moving it. No, I mean all these are targets, and this will do nothing if I can just eliminate the bishop. It's causing me problems, and then we could probably eat this. The rook will defend, and then we should go, right? So, I mean that probably would have been a good path to victory, but instead it was just like wild. Okay, we do have a couple passers, but then I blundered them back. What happened? Pushed up here, knight b4. Ah, yeah. So this is like plus 4.5 because my pawn is like real close here. I also have knight d4, which attacks both these guys, so that should just win the game. Instead, I go here, which is really dumb. But I'm like, oh yeah, rook moves and keep going. But obviously, I missed just check, save the rook, and then eat the pawn. So that sucks. We lost that guy. From here, it might have been okay on both sides, although, yeah, I mean, this was actually just drawn. Oh, well, probably not so good. But then they lost that h-pawn. Okay. Now it was drawn. and we just traded our bishop for those pawns. I mean, the average rating of my opponents has been very high. Notwithstanding the loss to the National Master I just had. Notwithstanding. What happened, Megalodon resubscribed on Twitch Tier 1 for 2 months in a row. Hey there, Mr. Gambit. My sound is at 100 and still a bit tough to hear. Sorry. I'll talk. Is this better when I talk right into the mic? I don't know what the deal is. I've gotten a few comments of that sort, but this is like, yeah, I got this selected. I don't know what else to do. I can mess with the audio settings a little bit. Maybe my mouth is just too far. Call me out on it though. Like let me know a lot in the chat. Oh, much better. Okay. I guess I had it like here before, which makes a huge difference, then right here. I'll just stay conscious of that. But appreciate you, Megalodon. I mean, for a really fancy mic, it's kind of crazy that, like, it's actually not that fancy. It's fancy in that it's got the little arm. But it's crazy that the audio isn't so sturdy, so fickle. If I go like a couple inches away, as opposed to right here. I was having a look at my win. No, this draw.
5.
5. Let's make sure we don't miss anything in Title Tuesday.
5.
Okay. This. Which one? This one, yeah. Yeah, this guy who just, like, in a +1.5 position just bails out with D4. Come on now. Alright, well, we trade. I mean, that's wild. That's wild. Just to get the queens off. Just that scared of the Bushgas Gambit. You can never say gambits are bad ever again. I think if you ever play something like that. I mean, come on now. So they play for a 5 to induce that trade to get their knight off the back. It was probably a little too cute here. It's fine, but they get that square. Okay, next game starting. Alright, we're playing an FM Cuba, I want to say? Wait. Chile. Yeah. No, never mind. Goring Gambit on the board. What? That's so weird. Okay. I mean, knight f6, I was going to hit that. I mean, I get it. You want the knight to get here. I mean, that's still very playable. And if e5, you want to put this here and then knight on f5. I get it, I do. Could play c3 and also defend. e5, so bishop g4, right? It's kind of interesting. I think honestly it might just be easier to play like this. Alright, well, no gambit. Do I go bishop b5 first? Yeah. Queen e7, I have nice smooth castles. So not dealing with any of that stuff. Bishop d2 here is fine. Knight c3 is fine too, but this is good. Queen takes. We have queen e7 castles, because I have for q1. Or do I take it right now? Honestly, yes. Honestly, yes. The only downside was like a quick bishop a6. My rook should come to some nice spots here. I just don't lose this pawn, and let's just pressure here, right? I think that's going to be the way to go. Alright. Yeah, I'd love if I had like rook c3 here. Do I go to e5? It's not the structure I wanted so much. be okay. Yeah, this is good. This is playable. Because pawn takes e5. What's nice there is I'll get a 4 versus 3 on the king side, and there, so like any king and pawn endgame here, I win. Because they can never create a passed pawn on the queen side. Their 3 versus 2 is useless, whereas I can create one here. So I'm not going to help them with that, with their pawn structure. But, like, it's annoying, of course. Let's play queen f4 then. And it also, I'm just putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there. Like, I'm literally just saying. Like, just saying it exists. Just saying that it exists. I don't know. Well, so now we went from grind him down endgame vibes to take f6 and mate him on g7. I mean, how could it not work? Yeah, I mean, isn't that good logic? How could it not work? What I'm thinking is okay, so that yeah, but okay, I don't want to give bishop 5. The queen 4. No, actually, bishop h5 is fine. Takes queen f6 for g3, right? Otherwise, bishop 5, rook h3. This move. Do we have trick? Where's the KO? G7. I'm still thinking. That was probably right. G-pawn moves, you get mated. Unless you hit here. What do I do here?
5, 4, 3,
I
4.
needed to defend this. Then G6 now. I need to go
3,
back
4.
here. They're good. I need queen h3. Or h4, h5. Yeah, because queen h3 check. This just looks like a draw to me. Oh, it's not a draw. Queen takes h6, rook h3, rook h7. Oh. Yes, 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 yes. That's the win. h5 then takes. Okay, but the rook needs to be here. If they move the rook away, then it's not.
3,
Ooh.
4,
Wait, let me do my thing, please.
3, 2, 1, 2.
Please don't see it. Let me do it. Let me do it. Let me do it. Yes!
1, 2.
Yes, 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 yes. Let's go. Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, it's so pretty.
3.
Yes. Oh, wait. Yes, it's all
4.
good. No free moves. Oh, that was such a good attack. Oh, we got him. We got him. Let's go. Woo! That's too good. That is too good.
2.
Queen h3. Queen takes h6. I said the rook had to stay here. I said the rook had
3,
to stay here. They had nothing they
4.
could do. The rook blocks that. Oh, yes. That was the only way to win, too. Oh, yes. Let's go. Let's go. That was good. That was good. Okay, wait. Let's fast forward to just breaking down this attack. Let's fast forward. So, okay, they played this move in 97, which actually wasn't so bad. Engine 1 and bishop c4, for the record. Actually, I shouldn't have even taken this pawn. Because d5 is actually a pretty good counterpunch. Because, like, this is actually not so pretty. Here, knight f5, there, attacks d4. I don't know what to do. So, knight c3, we trade here. Knight g6, blah, blah, blah. Trade this. Okay, we double the pawns. Do you guys want to see double pawn grind down, or do you want to see some action? So my opponent played queen d5, because queen takes d2, knight takes d2. we were going to go for it with some endgame finesse, right? If we can trade the rooks and stuff, then, okay, they don't have a pass pawn, but I will have a pass pawn, and, okay, maybe we bring the king to c5, right? Okay, obviously, that is high-level chess at a high level, but this was also high-level chess, because queen d5, I was like, okay, I'm not trading queens on your terms. Absolutely not am I fixing your pawns. No, I'm playing queen f4, I'm hitting your bishop, I'm defending my dudes, and again, the engine wants me to kind of, like, be chill. It wants, like, b3, don't lose a2, okay, bring the pieces out, and keep it going. But I'm like, ooh, don't mind if I do. Gambit the a2 pawn, and then start swinging my boys around. So, right, so already I'm looking at this. Already I'm looking, like, at this, which is, it's brilliant, but only if you, like, take it and get yourself mated with the queen coming to g7. Oh, well, not like that. Oh, but it's rook d3. Because here, okay, there's rook g8, right? So I'll talk about that in 1 second. So rook d3, rook d8 they play. Now knight f6 I play, because if takes... Oh, what I was going to say was pawn takes f6, but there's rook g3, which is a quicker mate. Rook g3 and takes. But the idea I was looking at was takes, trying to go here, so and king h8, queen h6, rook g8 not possible, because the rook was distracted. So, right, so the rook is doing something hidden there, and then threatened to come across here. So knight f6, king h8, correct. And we shift queen h4, a little bit better was rook g3, we shift queen h4, trying to make another mate threat on h7. Bishop f5 not working. Bishop f5 not working yet because of trade and take h7 hitting. So we got all sorts of resources. Right, so the rook is hit, and if you move it, now we eliminated that h-pawn. I mean, I was also thinking about, like, rook h3 resources during the game, right? The bishop is distracted. So, okay, we got some fun attack while your queen is over there busy taking pawns. So h6, rook g3, obviously I'm not wanting to trade anymore, because my knight can't do anything so useful now that I can't take h7. h6, my opponent's defending well. Rook g3, okay, of course you can't take it, you're getting mated real quick. So they take on b2, hitting e5. Okay, engine saying you can just bail out to this draw, and blah, 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 whatever. No, thank you. I'm playing f4, which is actually still equal, but defending e5. The thing about f4, and also putting, like, f5 on the table, f6, right, that's a way to crash through, is that I give them potentially some resources of their own. Engine saying miss, but it's actually just maintains equality. Giving them resources of their own, hitting g2. It's... Okay, fine, I'll get back to it later. c4. a6. Boo. Alright, no b5 because the bishop's going to be here, so we got to go to some other ideas. Oh, I could have played this e5 line. It's actually pretty fun. Alright, whatever. We're going to play this. Turn a boring endgame grind into a queen sack mate. I do my best. I do my best. Thank you, thank you. Hope you enjoyed. Maybe, yeah. Take it and just kind of keep the pawn. What's happening here if you, like really want your pawn? Rook a7. Is this gonna be trouble? I knew you were trouble when you walked in. I don't know, yeah. What do you got? So an 85, I go here, and then can you actually get me? What if I just want to hang on to an extra pawn? Like an anti-gambit man. Here. Alright, against the Catalan, we're the anti-gambit man. They're the gambit man? That's so rude. That's so rude. How could you do this to me? Alright. Do I go here, or something? Should I play b4? Play b4. Okay, they've sacrificed a pawn. You want these? You can't have them. I just want to get out of here. Can I do that, pulls? Pulls. Should I play a5 myself before they play a5? I don't think it's that big a deal. I'll be okay without it. Right, because yeah, the knight's going to c4, and then that pawn becomes a target. It's not worth my time. So, alright, let's just come up with some other ideas, like this or something. Let's move a little faster. Do I want to push c5? Yeah, I guess so. Alright, I mean, they definitely don't have full compensation here. But that's not to say it's not a little annoying. Alright, come on, let's lock in. Let's do it. We got this. C4, is this interesting? No, it's just pretty stupid. Let's just eat this. Just defend this. Want some pressure here, right? I need some counterplay vibes. It's no, okay, off the table now. This is fine. It's a good thing we got rid of that Turk square bishop. We can trade off, but it's just gonna come right back. Knight c6, putting knight takes a5 on the table, but I need to actually be attacking it. It can be here and here, but then we can maybe. Before I wanted this, right? I'm trying to do something. Knight c6 now. Knight c6 now. Your rook's gone. Knight c6 now. We're just kind of shuffling pieces around a little bit. But knight c6, knight c3, knight 5. Not quite what we wanted. Okay. Yeah, why not? Okay, that's good. Yes. Queen d5 also good, but this... No, wait. Knight e1. No. 81. No. I have to hang on to this. C5 wasn't exactly the way I wanted that to go. Want that? I really want that actually. My knight can come to d4. But knight c6. Yeah, it's also gonna hit that. Maybe 6 anymore. Yeah. You block the pin, right? Knight d6. I do have knight d4 there. Knight d4 has knight e2 stuff on the table. Knight e2 on the table, indeed. Otherwise, maybe we should step out the way. Anything I missed? I mean, knight d4 is good there too.
5,
Okay, you're cool.
4, 3, 2, 3,
It's fine.
4, 3, 2, 2,
Oh no, knight b7.
1,
Shoot.
2, 1, 2, 3,
Shoot.
2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3,
No, I meant rook
2,
e2.
1, 2,
Don't make me...
1,
Oh, man.
2,
Dumb loss. Dumb loss. Yeah, not well played. No, I mean, I had so many chances here. Also, yeah, the fish for this pawn was a bad call when I liked my position after knight d4 so much. I just thought I could get away with that and then hop back, and he had no ideas. But this would have been just really pretty. Like, okay, let's say queen a2 here to not blunder this. Just something simple. Such a solid pawn, and actually like a really nice position now that I got my knight there. Instead, I fished for this pawn, which is just like a really tricky decision. This was so dumb, hanging knight b7. I mean, that's just crazy dumb. Yeah, rook d8 is actually just winning, pinning this. No, I mean, they didn't give me a chance after that. Okay. Love all the great Gambit videos you're putting out. Just discovered you the other day. Missed you at the Chicago Chess Club by a few years. I was there around 2017, 2018. Oh, yeah. That autumn 2018 was when I arrived on campus. This campus. Nice to meet you. Glad you enjoy. Sorry I missed you there. Alright, how are we doing in Titled Tuesday? I think that's 4.5 out of 10. Is that right? We're at a 9. That was 4.5 out of 10. Okay. Well, we'll try to break even in the last round. Whew, yeah, we're getting tired, actually. Actually, I should probably make it colder in here, because I'm feeling a little rated. Okay. It is so hot here. Oh, the next round started. Alright. Playing FM, also from Chile. Alapin Gambit. No. Alas. It is e6 and d6 and g6. It is a hippopotamus. What I like doing against the hippo is like this, especially if you bring in an e7. Just play like queen d2 here to stop a short castle with the pressure on h6. Alright, stuff's coming. Yeah, let's punch it in now. e5, d5, like while I still have an 84 comfortably, right? And let's play this move. I was thinking about here, do I have takes and queen takes g5? I mean, like, maybe. I'll castle into it, though. What do you even got over here? I don't really see it. I mean, maybe, right? Takes and queen g5? Am I so crazy? Am I so impatient? There's bishop h6. Aha. It would have been knight b5 and knight d6. Although that's not really the files you want to open if you are white. Bishop g5. Take. Bishop f8. Are we just going to talk about it or are we going to do it? I don't know, worth a shot. Whatever, it's the last round. Probably was not the best. But interesting, right before they were able to castle. Because they also have king d7 as a bailout in some lines. Wasn't necessary, like, could have just played f4 and enjoyed a really pleasant position. But not obvious. Do you go here? Do you go here? I don't know what you do. My pawn's going. Maybe a 4-5. Well, if I go here, bishop f8. Well, actually, this is very interesting because can I go queen takes g8, knight takes g8, and h7? Oh, but you went to h8. That was smart. Okay. Let's go here. Some tactical ideas on this knight, right? It's like knight takes b5 and knight comes to d6. That seems fun. I think they defended this well over here. I mean, like we should sacrifice the other knight, right? Right? I mean, let's go here. Let's see what you do. Do you want this? Because then, should we sacrifice the other knight? I don't know. In for a penny, in for a pound. I don't know if that applies here, actually. Maybe this is good. This is a 5. No, but what does this actually do? What does it actually do? Should just defend this and then... maybe... The take. I mean, it's pretty, but it didn't see why it was so good. Too long. No, I mean, they can't move that bishop. I'll kill them on that file. Behind my pawn. So it's just kind of a go pawn go situation. I have ideas like rook c1 and c4, but really my best idea would be to... I was going to say to... knight e6 now? We can't really take this because of the f8 issues. Queen is defending. This is a good move. That is a good move. I don't know what I'm going to do against it.
5.
I'm not really sure what's happening. Let's go bishop takes d1. Yeah, bishop takes d1. Really weird position. I think we're confusing them a little bit.
4, 3, 2, 3.
Oh no, that's not hanging.
2, 2, 1, 2, 1,
Oh.
2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, we totally got him.
4, 3.
Shoot, we
Four.
oh my goodness. Like, that's like resignable for black, but then I hung mate. Bro, it's literally like mate is mate in 9. That's crazy. Just like check in here. Just don't hang it. Ah, that sucks because we did so well with our pawns here. We were so tricky. This actually is all winning. The reason why they're giving the rook here is because like rook takes d6. Or there were so many tricks here with like promote and rook takes d6 and some combination of that. But like, man, oh man, oh man, this was winning even faster. Ah, we just hung mate, bro. I was like, here, oh, there's no checks, and I'm gonna go here and here. That's crazy. Yeah, forgot about him. forgot about him. He was just there the whole game. Okay, but this game was kind of dumb. We were just trading blunders back and forth and back and forth. Okay, not our best title Tuesday. Not our best title Tuesday. We've done better. We've certainly done better. Oh. Like last week, for instance. Last week, for instance, was better. Okay. But GG's, congrats. It looks like Hikaru is going to win that. Oh. What happened? Hikaru, Furusha, and Vugar Rasulov with 9.5 out of 11 sharing first place. Congratulations to them, 1, 2, and 3. Alright. Why don't we actually just keep streaming a little bit? Queen sack mate. Yes, I did get a queen sack mate. I did. In fact, thank you for reminding me to finish the analysis. Let's just finish the analysis real quick, and then let's play some Leechess. We got this one. Fortunately, we lost the last two after being alright at this point. So where were we? Where were we? So yes, here. Where were we? Where did I lose the reviews? So weird. Okay. So we were about here where I played F4 instead of going for this draw, right? F4, which still maintains triple zeros, but now they have this nice idea. Ignore the annotation, it's just completely wrong. They have this nice counter idea here of hitting me on G2. Right, because if I have all the time in the world, I'll play like a 5F6 and just completely break this down and checkmate them. But I don't have all the time in the world. Knight H5 was actually an error on my part, and the engine saying I must play takes, check. Gotta be very careful here. You don't want to allow that to be check and then coming into G7, so you gotta go here, check, and then again you can't give that with check. Kinda tricky, kinda tricky. Here you can also get yourself mated. So, okay, interesting. The game, so knight h5, which was very wrong. Nice idea here. Instead of bishop d5, which is a little somehow slow. It's crazy to say that it's slow on something that's threatening to checkmate you with all checks immediately. But the most nasty idea was this in rook d1. Now that I moved this f pawn and opened up stuff onto my king, right? So they took advantage of that really well. And here, white is in a lot of trouble. The thing about bishop d5 is that it allows me to play queen g4, covering g2, and I'm not down so much material. If I were down a ton of material, they could just give the bishop and trade, but I'm not down so much material that they can get away with this. Like if they were up like a rook, then they can give the bishop and win in that endgame. But okay, so I defend g2 and hit mate. So they play your g6, which somehow is wrong, which is crazy to me. The best was rook g8, which is not obvious because it looks like you're getting just pinned. Oh, but now you give this. Now you give this. And black is winning this because they hit the rook. Black's winning this endgame up a few pawns. Wow. So you just trade off all the pieces that are pinning the rook, and then you can take the knight. So knight f6 looks like it actually just wins because it hits the rook, which is guarding mate. But no. So they play your g6, which looks fine. I jump back knight f6. Again, I think they need to spot this idea of... Oh, well, it's not rook d1 because I'm covering here, but rook f2? So it hits the rook, and then you're able to eat f4. When you eat f4, you should be able to defend some things. That's a tricky idea. Queen d4, rook f2. Right, before is rook d1, but now the queen's covering d1. So in the game, they do give that check, and now play king g7, which is a totally sensible move, but rook f2 is the only winning move. Yeah, I didn't see it either. The point is, like, takes, they have queen a1, and I would lose. Not d1, because I'm covering, but I don't cover any square twice, so I would get mated along here. So rook f2 right, because you can't go queen f2, for instance, because that is covered. In the game king g7, which looks like it makes a lot of sense, because my next move is going to be, like, here and trying to take h6, and you can't bring that pawn to h5 to defend it, because then I'm just going to, like, imagine, no, so nothing happens here, okay, you're just going to lose right away, because I'm hitting this, and this will mate you, right? So, king g7 looks like it patches pretty nicely, especially in time trouble, and I go here, queen to h3. Queen h4 was actually perfectly fine. I'm just instinctively going queen h3, because I actually, in my head, the queen is still here. This is why, like, all the engine lines are just, like, so irrelevant when you're talking about seconds on your clock. In my head, the queen is still here, and I still have to cover g2. But there's nothing wrong with queen h4. I don't need that queen on g2 at this moment. And so queen h4 maintains a better evaluation for white than does queen h3. The best move for black, yeah, I was saying here, any rook move. Some rook move that makes this not work by having king to f8 at the end of the line. That's how you defend it. That's actually, like, the only way to defend it, because h5, then I can just eat this pawn and then come right back in and checkmate you on h7. But instead, they go bishop c4, just, like, trying to make some move here, like, oh, g2 is well covered, just make some move, hit the rook that, like, you know, now if you go this way, I can checkmate you, right? So, like, it makes a lot of sense, but, and every other move loses. And I probably will lose at this point if I don't find it, because if I go here, like, presumably their idea was rook d1, and again, it's only queen takes h6. Everything else is completely losing, and I will get mated myself. So, or also with bishop c4, maybe what they wanted was to take on f4 with their queen. No, they get forked. Okay, but here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes, baby. The best move of my Title Tuesday. Queen takes h6 check. With the pawns also perfectly placed. The knight right there. You must take the queen. Rook to h3 check. That pawn is covering that. This pawn is covering here. This pawn is covering the knight so that once you go back here, and shout out to my opponent for letting me put it on the board. Rook to h7 checkmate. And again, because that rook has not moved, that's a really, really pretty checkmate. Okay, glad I got to do that. Subscribe. Let's go to Lichess. Okay, let's go to the Lichess setup, which is this one. Give me 1 sec to set this up. Lichess phone box. Is this? No. It's this. No. It is this. What the hell? That's not right. Oh. I was clicking on the wrong thing. Give me 1 sec, guys. I was clicking on the total wrong thing. There we go. There's the phone clocks. What is this? I don't think we want this. Okay. Is that right? Oh no, we'll see. Here. Somehow that doesn't seem like what we wanted. Why does it look like this? What is this? Give me 1 sec. Also, shush. Just tried. Connect. There. Alright. I'm not sure what the deal is with these clocks. It's a chat box. It's there. That box is there. Okay. That one looks good. I need to clean up all my things. This. Alright, we'll start a game in the meantime. 5-0. Let's play a couple games here. Set this up right? I mean, not really. What is all this? Okay. This is too funny. Why can't I get this right? There. Alright, at least you'll see my time. Not a serious player. Facing not a serious player. This is the move, yeah? Check. I know this is a good inclusion. It seems good. Sorry. E5? Bishop G5? E5, take, taking F7. Makes sense. Just trade some stuff, because this comes with check. Right, so we'll just trade some stuff. I mean, the queen's kind of in the way, right? Bishop G5 was very sensible. We're not down a pawn. Yeah, I mean, this line is really nice. This line's really nice, because Bishop C5, a lot of people do this, actually. They think they can develop right to C5. Bishop E7 is even worse, because then Queen D5, you don't even have, like, Queen E7 or something like that to save you on F7 and also guard this. But check first, that's why we do it, because Queen E7 would guard both otherwise. And then throwing in this check is actually pretty nasty, just inducing G6, and then whether the queen or the bishop jumps along here, like, that hits you. So throwing that in, and then, like, here, like, we're not even down a pawn. We took all this. Their king's in the middle, can't castle. Trade all that, king f7. We should be smart here because these could be their next two moves if we're not smart here. So, okay, let's just make sure that doesn't happen. Rook e8 if right now, right, it was doable, but then I was just going to kind of like eat that. Like, okay, maybe I kind of traded off kind of my best resources in the position. I don't know. Check is nice now, because, yeah, you didn't get all the way back. Bishop e6, this was still blocked. Sorry that I'm on my phone. I want my bishop here, right? That'll mate you. I want my rooks here. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Bishop e3, there's b6. Is b6 good for you? Let's give it a... Okay. That... I think we should do this. I think we should do it. I mean, that kind of messes your stuff up. Is this annoying? Maybe slightly. I'll come around. I mean, I could play like Rook e1 to stop it if I really cared. but I don't. I'll just figure something else out. Check. Okay, he's patching up a little bit. He's working on it. He's working on it. This is bad for you. Queen h4 is also bad for you. That looks like a big fork. Looks like a big fork. I'm not sure what you were going to do about it. King g7, yes, but knight d6 cuts across. So that's nice stuff. So king g7 played. Whoa. Oh, Lichess Tools. Shout out to Lichess Tools and SideRight, the developer, for that little flash we got of my clock, which I added in my settings on Lichess Tools. Queen d6, trade, king f7, they hang on. Can't go right into an endgame yet until they have an extra pawn. So with that in mind, we just need to go anywhere. I think, honestly, it's kind of all about even. Everything's defended, other than my potential pressure there. This is a good idea. Let's just stack them up. Oh, yeah, I don't have any increment. Okay, wait, let me focus for a sec. Silly. Don't lose that. Take queen c5. Queen b4 is also good. But okay, they can't take it. Their bishop will hang. Oops. This was a nice scoring game here. A2 and then holding on to light square pawns. No, it won't be that annoying. I'll just eat this. I can stay on dark squares. Come in here. It's not going to be any stalemates. Dark squares for the win. Dark squares for the win. Yeah, I mean, easy pre-moves. Dark squares. Okay. You don't forget to put Lichess in the title. Yeah, but then it'll mess it up for this Title Tuesday. It'll mess it up for this Title Tuesday. Let's just play another Bush Gas here. This is interesting. I mean, I don't mind losing this. I want it to come here. Yeah, I want this gone. this diagonal. That didn't work. I could throw in a bishop f2 here. Let's do this. Okey-dokey. Boom, boom. Yeah, force pawn takes, right? Because queen is a little bit distracted. Playing title players and then playing this is a big difference. Big difference. I could put Lichess in the title. It's actually a good point. Let's do that right now. Yeah, now we've distracted this. I also had like other fun ideas. King 2. King E2. Alright, probably castle. I mean, not that this was a bad move. Alright, we're live. Do I eat just to like boom and then boom boom? I mean, it's like it's so unnecessary, but like it's kind of like a fun thing to do, right? I don't know, lots of things are just under attack right now, so it's kind of like a fun thing to do. They have an 82. I mean, like, so many, like, everything's hanging, bro. Like, what? I need some other pieces. The queen alone can't do it. Let's bring him in. Let's bring him in. I mean, like, I could spend all my time taking one pawn at a time. But it's like, okay, like, we'll make a check, but, and then, you know, we're not gonna, like, problem cause them. Like, my best piece, I actually just sacrificed it. Okay, an 82. They're all yummy. They're all yummy. I mean, that was the yummiest. Okay. Oh, no. No, William. No, don't do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it, buddy. Don't. Oh, they almost got me. Because, like, I was, like, in my head, it was, like, check. But it's not check. And I open this up. But that's check. No. Oh, now. Okay. Now you want it. Now you want it, but it's kind of harmless. Knight move somewhere with check. Get my queen. No, it's a little far. It's a little far. It's a shorter range piece. What about if that knight moves somewhere with check? What about if this knight moves somewhere with check? Oh, you thought I wouldn't notice, but I did. Oh, bye-bye, knight. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. You should probably go there. Because if you go there... Yeah. Good call. Unless I go boom, and then you go like boom, and then go boom, and then go boom, and then go boom. No, let's just take the knight. The bishop's in front. If the queen's in front, very different conversation. Very different conversation. It takes a lot of effort to swap them, right? Because you gotta put them on a safe square somewhere, and then you gotta go like boom, and then you gotta go boom, and then you gotta boom, and then and then I'll just go boom. So you're not coming in there. Sorry. Where's your king? Yeah, it was a good try. It's a good try. That's the fastest way in. That's the fastest way in. Oh my god, I really like the effort. This guy, Drunken Stupid is it's just occurred to me. His name is Drunken Stupid. Oh, I gotta respect it. Oh, Rook G1, because someday you might make me on G7, right? Oh yeah, go for it. Go for it, bud. Alright, don't worry. This pawn will go. Don't you worry. Yeah, he'll go all the way. He'll go all the way. He'll get there. He'll get there. Look, I'll even, I'll give you something. Before I go Rook A1. What do you want to make? I'll let you make something. I'll let you make something real special. Here, make a queen. Make a knight. Make a knight. That won't get you mated. I couldn't go here because then the queen would be checked and then there would be some other complications. Am I trolling him? Or am I just letting him do fun stuff? Yeah, I feel like we're on the same wavelength here. We're both having fun. Here. Make another guy. Oh. Oh, interesting move. Okay, here. Have fun with another dude. No? Okay, I'll take him. Fine. Go, go, go. What do you want? Another knight? A queen! Oh, but he has no checks. He has no checks. Okay. I don't need to checkmate you just yet. Because we got that covered. We got that one covered. We got that one covered. And no stalemates. Because you got some moves. Go on, Drunken Stupid. What do you got? I think this might... I don't know. Are we having fun together or are we smurfing, as the kids call him? He's just gonna let his clock bleed. Didn't want any of my fun creative mates. Ooh. That's a good move. Let's go here so that we can go queen f2. Okay. Alright, GG, GG, GG. Alright. I think on that note, William's gonna have to sign off for tonight. But, thanks for watching. I rarely do things like that on stream. Mostly we play fun, gambit, aggressive chess. And once we've got it in the bag, we kind of just end the game and set a good example for the kids. Check out the full gambit repertoire here on the link tree. That's the first link you see. And join the Discord. Awesome Discord community. Stay updated on everything. Share your games. Discuss opening ideas and more. Am I a native French speaker? No. No. Je suis canadien, mais ma famille parle anglais. Je parle un petit peu de français. Got a Duolingo streak here. Oops.